Good evening. So today is the first day, the beginner after more than 1 month. And thank you so much for continuously attending the Lamrim class. It is good to be, continuously attend the Lamrim class. Then you have a better understanding how to practice Dharma. So each time when we have a Dharma class, so someone come bit earlier, someone come bit late, so whoever comes here, so before we start the class, so you can do your own daily practice, or you can read the Lamrim book, or you can study other Dharma textbook. Most time you come a bit earlier and then you chit chat, right? Very noisily. Because make sure when you enter this place, this is a kind of small temple. We have all the Buddha statue, all the Buddha's painting. Also, we have a Buddha teaching. It's considered as a holy place. So please be quiet and do your own practice, study, meditation. In the past, we studied at the beginning the uniqueness of the Lamrim teaching. That's mainly we study, what kind of teaching we are studying, why the Lamrim is very important for us to study. Because the Lamrim, all the Lamrim teachings, all practice put together for us to easy to Dharma practice. After that, then we precisely study about the rely on the Guru. Then we study the Guru which we rely on, it must have a good qualities. Then we study about quality of the teachers, and also we study about quality of the student or disciples. These two are very important, because until this life, maybe we heard about Dharma, or we never heard about Dharma. This is the first time, we are hearing, studying, practice Dharma. Therefore, it is not easy to understand the Dharma. Therefore, we definitely rely on our Guru, who are very qualified teachers. So sometimes we just, accept someone as your Guru without knowing the person, without knowing any good qualities. Then later, then many people have a regret, which is, without knowing, you accepted someone as a Guru. Therefore, if we really serious about practice of Dharma, we need a qualified teacher. Not only qualified teacher, you must be qualified student. Then we study about, what kind of quality must need all the disciples or students. Then slowly, we study about the man Lamrim. So the Lamrim you can divide into 3 practices. Number 1, the Lamrim practice of small capacity being. Second, the Lamrim practice of middle capacity being. The third, the Lamrim practice of great capacity being. So in the past, we almost complete, studied about the 2, practices. Also, we should not think the 3 practices are totally, no connection each other. There's a very important connection, important link. So as a ordinary being, you really just cannot practice renunciation, emptiness directly. Before you practice that, you must need a foundation. So, taking refuge into Buddha, Dharma, Sangha is a very important foundation to be Buddhist. Then we study about law of causality of karma. In order to free from suffering, we need to minimize, we need to eliminate the negative karmas. Because all the sufferings in the lower realms, all the suffering in the desire and the higher realms, they arise from karma. Positive or negative karma, still arising through karma. Sometimes we have a so strong attachment towards positive karma. The positive karma and negative karma is look like 2 snake, the poison snake, white and black. Doesn't matter which snake bite to you, still you can receive, poison. You can have, sickness and disease. Through the positive karma, you take a rebirth in the lower realms, higher realms. Still, we have to go through all the sufferings and problems. Therefore, we need to eliminate the negative karma as the polluted, the positive karma, not the merit. So how we can control the karma, how we can minimize the karma, how we can eliminate. So we can control accumulating karma if we are able to control attachment, desire, anger, the 3 poison mind. So in order to control, that means try to have no more negative karma, then we need to control the negative thoughts. How we can minimize? Then we can minimize the karma we have already accumulated. Also we can eliminate, we can purify the negative karma which we have accumulated through 4 powers. So you must, read again the Lamrim, try to understand what are the 4 powers. The 4 powers are the so important practice to minimize, to purify all the negative karmas. After that, we, precisely studied about the 12 links interdependence. That time, we try to understand, we try to realize how, why, how long we are in samsara. How, why, how we are in samsara because of the circle of twirling interdependence. How? Why? Because the root is ignorance. Ignorance produces attachment, desire, anger, or positive thoughts. Then we accumulate positive and negative karmas. Then the karmas, live or store in the mental, in the mind. That we call ignorance, karma, consciousness. How? Through twirling independent. Why? Ignorance. Three mental poison, karma. How long? It depends on you. How long, we will be in samsara. It's 100% depend on you, not depend on Buddha, not depend on your gurus, your teachers. It's very much depend on you. Why? If you're able to realize selflessness, emptiness, then you can cut the root, which is ignorance. When you cut the ignorance, then there's no more kind of new negative thoughts. Then there are no more new negative karmas. Then there's no more new karma which is stored into the consciousness. That means it's going, forward. The reverse, so finally, doesn't matter who you are a human being or you are non-human being, you are rich, you are poor, you are beautiful, you are ugly, doesn't matter who you are. At the end of the life, we need to go, we have to leave this world. That's maybe called death. So we don't want to die. We don't want to die because we want to stay with our friends and family. We want to stay, in the beautiful house. We want to use, the nice car. We want to eat, the delicious food. We always have a desire or attachment to live forever, but we cannot because our body cannot support, anymore. One day, then we have to leave this world because death. So we don't want to die. Then, if you don't want to die, you can still stop. How? Then it's a reverse. You have to go in the reverse, not the forward. So death can be ceased if you are able to cease birth, right? Birth. You can cease birth if you are able to cease becoming, right? Becoming. Do you mean becoming, right? Becoming. So we're going to go through the reverse, becoming. What does mean becoming within the 12 links? Becoming is become very, very complete. For example, right now we have a negative karmas, also we have a positive karmas. It's a karma, it is complete karma, but it's not becoming yet. So through the clinging and, do you remember? Craving and grasping. The 2 minds are so, important. Through the 2 minds, these 2 minds activate the karma. These 2 minds, make the karma more powerful. Then the karma becoming. That means the karma has a complete kind of power to take a rebirth into lower realms or higher realms. So becoming. If you're able to cease, if you're able to, stop the becoming, then there's no rebirth. Then there's no death. Then you're no more in samsara, because it's no more circle, becoming. So you can stop, becoming. You can cease the becoming if you're able to cease what? Craving and grasping. Craving and grasping. What does mean craving and grasping? For example, so you are in the, like hot place, like in a desert place, or you feel so hot. When you feel so hot, you have a craving. Craving about what? Drinking water, right? Drinking water, drinking juice. You have a craving, wish to drink. Then the wishing becomes so strong. They call grasping. How is work with the karma? For example, when we are process of the death, let's say you are sick, you are in the hospital, or you are on the bed in the house, somehow you are very close to death. That moment, suddenly you feel fear. You feel so thirsty. You feel so cold. That's why I think many people, most of you had seen or experienced, because when your friend or your relative, when they pass away, someday they're asking, us more water. Sometimes, they are within the air condition, they're still asking, like a more cold water, cold food. That means there's craving about hot, craving about cool, or craving about food. That means they already start to activate the karma. Then, because sometimes we think, many people think, oh, I can pass away, peacefully. Right now we can believe also, we can say, I can pass away peacefully. Right? Peacefully. But actually when we are on the process of the death, it's not easy at all. Just say, this moment, somebody say, Buddha Shakyamuni says, hey, today everybody is going to die. Then how do you feel? We feel scared. We feel how I can leave my friends, how I can leave my child, my children, my belonging, my money, house, property. Then you have attached all your belongings, your families. Also, you are very worried about next life. That means your mind have a lot of confusion. It's not easy to have a peaceful mind when we are on the process of death. Therefore, craving and grasping. Then the craving, grasping can be stopped when you are able to stop what? What? Feeling, right? Feeling. So feeling. Here I think all of you remember, I hope remember. Feeling is very, interesting. Everything, when we talk about, mostly we're talking about our own feeling. Oh, I like this person. Because you have a kind of, when you see the person, you have a pleasant feeling. Oh, I don't like that person. Because when you see the person, you have an unpleasant feeling. Oh, I like the food. You have a, pleasant feeling when you eat the food. I don't like the food. When you eat the food, when you see the food, you have an unpleasant feeling. That means pleasant feeling always arise attachment. Unpleasant feeling arise hatred, anger, dislike. That means unpleasant feeling very much, the important cause to arise anger, hatred. The pleasant feeling, very important, very close cause to arise attachment, desire. Right? That means feeling. So whatever we talk about, you also talk about what? Your own feeling. Right? Oh, so for example, we say, when I see the Lama or the Rinpoche, the Sifu, he or she is very special. Because when you see the person, you have a very pleasant feeling. Then you consider the person is very holy, very, very, unusual person. And again, so always you think about your own, what kind of feeling you have. Sometimes, naturally, when you wake up early morning, you feel very bliss. You feel very happy. You feel, very enjoy. No any disturb around you. No disturb. Feel happy. Why? Sometimes you try to be happy. Right? Try to be happy. Try to be very peaceful. You can't. Why? That means this can be two causes. One, the external causes and condition. Second, maybe internal causes condition. For example, sometimes we really don't know why I am not happy today. I don't remember I did something wrong. Somehow I'm not happy. Sometimes you feel, today I'm very happy since I woke up. I'm very happy. I cannot feel any suffering and unpleasant. I'm so happy. If you try to understand why you are happy, also you don't understand. It also can be two causes, again external condition or inner condition. Inner mainly the karma. So every moment when we feel pleasant, unpleasant, experience, every moment we are experience the result of karma. Karma, right? That means feeling. When you have feeling, then you have a craving and grasping. When you have a pleasant feeling, you wish to have the pleasant feeling continuously. You have a craving, the strong grasping. When you have unpleasant feeling, also you have a craving. You wish not to have. This comes of unpleasant feeling, and again, craving and grasping through feeling. Why we have this feeling? Feeling come from where? Contact. For example, when you contact your physical body with the soft clothes, very nice clothes, you feel pleasant. When your body contact with the rough like clothes, then you feel unpleasant. Right? Unpleasant. So you can have feeling when you have a contact. So what does mean contact? Contact mean can be contact through your physical body, contact through your eyes consciousness, so and so. For example, when you see beautiful form, that means your eyes consciousness contact to the form. Based on what? Eyes faculty, eyes consciousness, then eyes organ. The part is eyes organ. Inside the eyes organ, there's eyes faculty, there's eyes consciousness. When you see beautiful object, then your eyes consciousness contact with the beautiful object. That means, contact. This is, how the five senses contact to the object. Another important, that we have another, types of mind we call, the consciousness or the sixth mind. Then anger contact to which object? Anger, when anger arises, anger is not arising without any object, right? Anger arises based on a object. What is the object of anger? Human? Another human? Yeah. You can say what you think come in your mind. What is the object anger? When you get angry, whom you focus? Person, you have angry with the person, you have angry with your belonging, you have angry with the environment. Right? So you are so, busy, you need to contact to someone, suddenly your phone hang up. Then you get angry. Angry towards where? Whom? Phone. You get angry. Get angry towards the phone. Then weather, when you go, very hot weather, also you are not happy. You get angry with the weather. That means mainly, the ugliness or unpleasant things can be the object of anger. Attachment arises based on what? Opposite, beautiful, pleasant things. That means those are the object. That means consciousness arises based on contact of the object. Without object, we cannot have any consciousness. So, when we study about dwelling independence, then finally, feeling, context, then six sources, then name and form. The name and form we are talking, for example, so during the the concept term, or when we are very tiny kind of like piece of thing in mother womb, we already have a name and form. The name and form arise from where? Consciousness, right? Consciousness. Here you must remember, when we say, for number 1, ignorance. Number 2, karma. Number 3, consciousness. Right? Consciousness, we must divide into 2 parts. One consciousness is moment of the rebirth. Okay, moment of rebirth. For example, right now we are human. After we pass away, if we rebirth again as a human, the first time when we enter into womb, mother womb or womb, the first moment there's a fresh consciousness which is come from our previous life. This also, among the 12 independent consciousness, we call resultant consciousness. Do you remember? Resultant consciousness. Then consciousness is another one, is a causal, the moment of the cause, causality consciousness. That means, for example, we just have recite, we just did the chanting with the good motivation, then we believe, we have accumulated positive karma. The positive karma we store into where? On the consciousness. This consciousness we call the causal consciousness. Right? Causal consciousness and a resultant consciousness. Then karma. Between karma and consciousness, there must be all the motivation. Positive, negative, whatever motivation. Then ignorance. Do you remember ignorance can be ceased? How you can cease ignorance? Wisdom, realize emptiness. Therefore, realizing emptiness is very important. So after dwelling independence, then we study about what? There are a lot of question and answer. So now we start. So next class we will start the second volume. Today we finish the first volume. It's I think not much. I ask you to finish. So I always request, always urge all of you, whatever you learn from the Lamrim book, from the other master, from the other books, whatever you have knowledge of Dharma, please put into practice. Please apply. Don't just keep as your general knowledge. General knowledge. When you get angry, apply compassion. When you get strong pride, then apply the essenceless, impermanence and death. When you have a argue with someone, again please apply, practice patience. Practice patience with the wisdom. Wisdom. For example, You are always doing right. You are always, have been doing right thing in the workplace, home, everywhere. You always do right things. But people always blame you. People always criticize you. But you are doing right. But the people say you are always doing wrong. Right? You are doing always right. Everybody say you are doing wrong. That time you should not just be quiet. If you be quiet, the people thought, oh, now he realized or she realized he or she is, have been doing wrong thing. You must respond. You must, clarify without losing your temper, without losing your compassion toward the person. Many people thought, oh, I'm practice, patience. I'm practice compassion. If people criticize, you think I'm okay. No. What happened? If you are very pure practitioner, you doesn't care anything, then you are okay. So, because we are living in society, right? We are living in society. We are living with a family. So if somebody always criticizes you, oh, you are no good, you are doing this and this, then slowly your family also thought, oh, he or she is no good. Then slowly your neighbors, your co-worker, everybody thought, oh, the person is no good. That's why you must respond, you must reply without losing your compassion, without losing your patience. So, whatever you facing problem, any kinds of problem, there's a solution, which is practice of Dharma. Practice of Dharma. If you don't practice, if you don't apply the Dharma when you need it, when it is necessary, if you don't apply, then the Dharma become useless. Am I right? Useless. You have a headache medicine. You have a strong headache. If you don't eat the headache medicine, why you need to carry the medicine everywhere, every time? You must eat. If you go, through this kind of practice, somebody criticize, practice compassion, practice patience, respond. Or somebody say, oh, you are a great person, you are so good, you are so nice, you are so intelligent, then it's very easy to arouse pride. Pride. That time you must know. You must think, yes, the people say, I'm good, but I know who I am. You should not be too proud. Because when you have a strong pride, then in the future, when somebody says very small thing, little thing, then you get angry, upset. Very easy to get angry, upset. So also as a ordinary being, most of us, everybody, we are very happy with the little thing. Sometimes we are very upset with the very little thing. We should not be like this. That's why what we say, as a Buddhist practitioner, particularly as a Lamrim practitioner, you always be like, look like, piece of rock. Do you remember what the Buddhist Sadhava Vyavla said? Remain piece of wood. Remain piece of rock. Somebody criticize, you should not be look like piece of paper. Blow little wind, you just shake. Blow wind from this side, you move this side. Am I right? We should not be look like piece of paper. We should look like piece of rock. Somebody criticize, should not be get angry. Somebody praise you, should not be proud about. Somebody, hit you little bit, be patient. Remain as a piece of rock. It doesn't mean you become senseless. You must have a sense. Right? Somebody criticizes you, you listen. You listen very carefully. Listen what the people are talking about you. If the people talking about you which is true, you appreciate to the person. Oh, the person telling my faults. The person introduced me my wrong things. I must correct it. Try to be better person. If the person criticizes you, baseless criticism, baseless, then you no need to be angry. He or she is talking totally baseless thing about you. Instead of having instead of having angry, be compassionate. Oh, so sorry, he or she really don't know anything about me. So therefore, always try to be happy, try to be peaceful. Should not be very, easy to be upset down. Is no good. Therefore, if you are able to be like a piece of rock, that means doesn't matter you are monk or you are lay person, that means you are good practitioner. If you be like piece of paper, just easy to get angry, upset, up and very easily, even though you can say, I'm a monk, it's not, I'm a monk, but I don't really get, the main point of Dharma. So therefore, whatever you learn from Lamrim, you learn from whoever, please apply every day. So, the next we already study I think page number 334. So, we can start from there very shortly. Ascertaining the nature of the path leading to liberation. Okay, now let's say, we wish not to born, not take a rebirth in the lower realms, right? How we can stop to born in the lower realms? Again, karma. So we should not, accumulate, any negative karmas if you can. If you cannot, we accumulate less negative karma. Whatever negative karma we accumulated, right after we do proper confession, we apply the four power, eliminate the negative karma. For example, when you are in home, you feel cool with the AC, right? When you go outside, you feel hot. Then you have a sweat, right? Sweat. Then, we become a bit smelly, right? Then we come back home, what we do? We just take a shower, be fresh. That means sometimes there's no any option. You're going to get angry. You're going to have an argument. Sometimes you have to lie, right? Due to certain reason. There's no option. Living in samsara, sometimes there's no option. You have to go through. But after have done everything, then you do your proper practice for purifying negative karma. I'm not saying since today you have to try to be honest. If you cannot, don't worry. After you be not honest for few hours, few days, then you do your proper practice. Then purify all the negative karmas. Then we're not going to go take a rebirth in the lower realms. The most importantly, generally, I told the story, right? Do you remember? In Tibet, there were, two persons. One is a monk. He always do a lot of retreat, always do in the retreat, in the mountain, always do a lot of practice. Then there's another person who live in village, always kill, animal. What do you call butcher? Kill animal. Is mentioned one of the, teaching. Then one day, the butcher, he went to somebody's house to kill a sheep. So in Tibetan tradition, even the butcher, before he killed the animal, he must do a lot of chanting, recitation. Look like I have no option, I have to kill, I don't want to. That's why do a lot of recitation, chanting, then do prostration, they kill the animal. Therefore, the butcher went for recitation. He just tied the sheep at the pillar outside. Then he went for chanting, recitation. When he came back, he could not find the knife. He searched everywhere. He could not find the knife. Then he thought, what happened? He kicked the sheep. Then he noticed the sheep dig the land, hide the knife, put, bury it. Then sheep sleep on it. The sheep also realized, today he's going to kill by the knife. So the sheep hide the knife and sleep on it. Then he realized, wow, I'm a human being. Even though the sheep is very, scared about death, I should not be, like this life. He got very, very strong regret about killing. Very strong regret. Then he stopped to kill the sheep. He just commit suicide. He just go, in Tibet, we don't have a high building to jump. In Singapore, you have a very lot of high building. I know many people jump. So he went to high mountain, and in order to commit suicide, he just jumped from the high mountain. So when he reached to the kind of middle space, he flew away. Because one of the strong regret purify all his negative karma he accumulated through the killing animals. Completely purified. He just flew away. Wonderful, right? Then this news hurt the practitioner who lived in the mountain for whole life. Then he thought, he's a butcher, he had been killing animal whole life. He flew, why I cannot? After all, he also jumped there. Then he, hit, right? Smashed on the land, he passed away. What happened? The butcher got very pure, strong regret about negative karma, purified negative karma. Then the practitioner got pride, right? Then also, the competitiveness, negative thoughts. When he jumped, then he has a lot of negative thoughts. Then he dead there. That means what is show us, even though you consider I have been practiced Dharma whole my life. Every day I do this chanting, that chanting, recitation, meditation, attend all the teaching. I'm been, pure vegetarian for whole my life. Next life I can be, I can be human. Right? We thought this way. But moment of the death, just you live this life, moment of the death, you have 1 minute, 2 minutes negative thoughts. Then you rebirth where? Lower realms. Or whole life you have been doing so many bad things without having any option, right? Something have to do, no option in order to survive. Then the moment of the death, you realize, all my life I have been doing a lot of bad things, a lot of negative things. It's no good at all. That person got strong regret. Then next life he rebirth where? Higher realms. Because this kind of strong, the thoughts activate the negative mind, activate negative karmas. The positive mind activate positive karma. Due to the power of karma, it can change, you go into lower realms, you go to the higher realms. Right? Therefore, it is so important to do practice, particularly, try to have a practice, good practice, the moment of the death. So, Now we study, little bit about how we can achieve liberation. Look here. Path leading to liberation. Path. Liberation. Right? So there's a few subheadings. Although we have sink into the midst of the secular existence, an ocean of suffering with neither bottom nor shore. That means we are in samsara. Samsara, right? Samsara is look like big ocean of suffering. So we are totally, completely in the suffering. Neither we are totally depth of the suffering, samsara, or also we are not at of the ending of the samsara. We are not disenchanted. We have no fear. We are pleasant and excited. Right? Actually, in the reality, we are totally in samsara. We are totally suffered, but still we don't realize. We feel, pleasant. We have a lot of excitement. That means we are look like not realize, samsara. All this quotation, introduce us the nature of the samsara. Samsara. Therefore, Basubandhu, one of the Indian master, his analogy about samsara is look like muddy lake, muddy lake or muddy ocean. Muddy ocean. Once you sink into the muddy, a lot of muddy ocean or muddy lake, it's not easy to get out. So when you sink, when you in the lake, if you know how to swim, you can still, get out from the ocean. So the muddy, look, it's muddy. Then when you sink, when you are in the muddy kind of lake, ocean, you try to come out. You cannot, because your legs and hands are totally sink in the mud. When you come out one leg go down. It's not easy to come out. That means it is not easy to to free from samsara, like a muddy leg. Then if the leg is very pleasant, it's okay, but within the muddy, there's so many different kinds of insect, so many different kinds of, like a snake. So many insect can bite you, many snake can bite you. So you are not happy at all. That means when we are in samsara, for the 24 hours, we facing problems, difficulty, unpleasant, uneasiness, easiness. Therefore, muddy ocean. The samsara is like totally the muddy ocean. And generally, ocean is so big. In the ancient time, we call, the endless. Endless. Because in the ancient time, like 4,000-5,000 years ago, many people cannot really cross, ocean here to there. They can cross, bit here to there. They really cannot cross entire ocean. They call endless ocean. The samsara is endless generally. But it is endless or not also depend on you. Also we said samsara is a beginningless. Yes, it's totally beginningless. There's no beginning point. Also samsara is the endingless, endingless, endless. Ending, there's ending or not, is depend on you. Depend on you. So if you're able to practice, able to realize emptiness, the wisdom, then you can cut the ignorance, then look like you totally cut the samsara. Then for you, the samsara become, yes, you have your samsara has a ending. Generally, there's no really ending of the samsara. So how we can be free from samsara? Can we or cannot? I will ask you a question generally. Can we able to free from samsara or we cannot? Can. Really? When? Cannot. Cannot. Yeah. Somebody say can, somebody say cannot. Who say can also is truth, because they have a, confidence. I can. Somebody say I cannot. They have a not confidence. It's also truth. Yeah. Yeah. Generally, yeah, it's depend on you. So how we, we can be free from samsara, free from suffering. How? Then we need a few condition, right? For example, you are seriously ill. If you say, my illness can be cured, it's a curable sickness, then you must know there's a few condition. If I have all this condition, my sickness can be cured, is curable, right? Curable. Same thing. So let's say here the next page number 335. So I'm just jumping. Number 1, the kind of life through which you held secular existence. Second, number 2, the kind of path you cultivate to held secular existence is talking about 2 conditions. 1, in order to free from sufferings, in order to free from samsara, you need a particular life. You need to take particular rebirth. Then look at number 1, the kind of life through which you held secular existence, to be born with a wrong view, or without concourse words, or as animal, hungry ghost, hell being, uncultured person in the border region, stupid and mute. This means, these are the, the bad condition. For example, if you have a wrong view, then you cannot be free from suffering. Therefore, you have all this, good condition, you're free from all this condition. Mainly, we're talking about you can be human. The human life is very important. If we rebirth as a higher realms, like, formless realm, they have a much happy life than us. Their life is much happy than us. We believe this way. Who are already in the formless realms, form realms, they don't have all these problems which we have. They don't have. Their life is very happy. Also, the being who born in the pure land, their life is so happy. They don't have a suffering which we have. But also they don't have the opportunity which we have. If we are totally happy, it's okay, nothing wrong. But you cannot be, totally happy forever. The being who are in the formless realm, they're happy for, certain years. Then, they have to take a rebirth in the lower realms. They are not happy forever. Therefore, they are happy for, many, many years. But they don't have the opportunity to practice Dharma. Particularly, they don't have the opportunity to practice of the Vajrayana. We humans have everything, right? We have a sufferings. In a one way, we feel, I'm very fortunate to feel, see the suffering. Then you can cultivate Dharma. You can practice Dharma. We should not think, suffering is totally kind of negative. You should not think it's totally useless. No. Because many Buddhist sadhus, when they practice bodhicitta, they always pray to Buddha, I can have a more sickness, I can have a more sufferings, I can have a more problems. Then they can generate bodhicitta more strongly. They can practice compassion more strongly, right? Therefore, when you face a problem, you should not think it's totally no good. We should think this is a good opportunity to practice Dharma. This is a good opportunity to learn new things. Right? Therefore, human life is very important. Within the human, let's say there's two types. One is we call, the person who follow Dharma, two types. One is the lay person, one is the, ordained person or renounced, like a monks and nuns. So, generally, historically, all the monks and nuns must to be very serious about practice Dharma, study, practice, meditation. Lay person wish to be serious, they cannot, because they have so many other things to do. Have to take care of their family, have to take care of their children, brother and sister. They have a lot of other things have to be done. Therefore, they don't have, that opportunity which is all the monks and nuns have. Therefore, within the two types, if you able to born as a renounced being, then you have a more opportunity. That's me talking about the life basis, life. Then, yes, now we can say, yes, I'm a human being. I have, all this opportunity. Then, what kind of path I must practice in order to achieve liberation? What kind of path? Then second, you talk about the path. Page number 339. So it's a life. The kind of path you cultivate to health, second existence. Then number 1, 2, 3. Number 1, the certainty of the enumeration of the three training. Very important, huh? Please remember three trainings. Number 2, order of the three training. Number 3, three training. So that means all the Dharma practices, any kinds of practice, all practices must include into only three practices, which is ethical discipline, concentration, wisdom. Three trainings. Yes, very important, because it can be again a lot of repeat, but all the Buddha teach what? Three trainings. Therefore, all the Buddha teaching include into three pitika, three baskets. Right? Basket. What are the three baskets? Vinaya, Sutra, Abhidharma. Vinaya, Sutra, Abhidharma. All the Buddha teaching, doesn't matter what kind of teaching Buddha taught. All teaching must be included into three, types of teaching. Teaching about ethical discipline, which is called Vinaya. The teaching which is taught about meditation, mindfulness, it's called what? Sutra, all the practices. Then the teaching which is taught about wisdom, emptiness, selflessness, is called what? Abhidharma. That means as a Buddhist, we have a three trainings. All the Buddha teaching include into three baskets, right? Three training. There's a three training. Not only there's an order. Then the nature of the three training. Then the certainty of the enumeration of the three training, there's explained in terms of the three aspects. So why we need to practice three trainings? There's a three parts. Number 1, stages of the disciplining the mind. Number 2, the results. Number 3, eliminates. Right? Let's look at why we need to practice three trainings in order to discipline your mind. Number 1. Number 2, why we need to practice three trainings, because there are three types of result. Right? Why we need to practice three trainings? There are three types of elimination. Clear? Okay. Stage of the disciplining the mind, there are results, objects that they eliminate. The stage of the discipline the mind, the three trainings bring to completion all tasks of yogis and yoginis as follows. The training in the ethical discipline makes a distracted mind undistracted. Right? The training in ethical discipline. Ethical discipline, not just talking about the physically, physical discipline. For example, as a monk and nun, as a ordained, they have to wear, different type of robe. They have a different lifestyle outlooking. Mainly, they need the mental, ethical discipline. Because we have a what? We have a lot of distracted minds. We have a what? Lot of distracted mind. We have a lot of, the kind of violent mind. So we have to make a discipline. Distracted mind, undistracted. This is the practice of ethical discipline. The training in concentration or mental training, balance unbalanced mind. Right? That means, look at, for example, when you take a precepts. When you take a lay person vows, how many precepts? 5 or 7? 5 or 7, mostly 5. What are the 5? Killing is the not precept, right? Or killing, stealing, you say this way, huh? Not killing, no stealing, no lying, no sexual misconduct. Those are, then number 5, no, toxin or alcohol, whatever. These are 5, precepts. That means when you take these kind of vows, that means when you, have an intention to kill, someone, suddenly you remember, no, I cannot, because I have a vows. Also, when you have an intention to kill insect, mosquito or cockroach, then you remember, oh no, I cannot, I have a vows. That means first you have a very distracted mind. The distracted mind become what? Undistracted, disciplined mind. That means is first reduce the visible mind. Then yes, due to your vows or precepts. So you're not really engaged in the negative actions because you control your mind. But when you try to do proper practice, when you try to meditate on impermanence, when you try to meditate on the samsara, when you try to meditate on the the faults of the samsara, you cannot focus. Your mind is not balanced because up, down, up, no balance. Right? So therefore, when you have the second mental training, then your mind become balance. Then number 3, the training in the wisdom liberates unliberated mind. Right? That means, so our mind is very unliberated. So through wisdom, our mind become liberated mind. Therefore, we need to practice 3 trainings in order to discipline your mind. First, undistracted. Second, become balanced. Third, your mind become completely liberated. This is in order to discipline your mind, you need to practice three trainings. Result. The result of the ethical discipline, they have had no degenerated are the two happy rebirths of the desire realms and human or deity. Here very important look at the result of the ethical discipline, they have not degenerated. Right? That means you should not think I can have happy life next life because I have taken the precept, I have taken the vow. It's not degenerate. You have you taken the vows, you have the precept, not degenerate. Then you can have a happy rebirth. This is the result of what? Result of ethical discipline. What is the result of the mindfulness? The result of the training of the mind are two happy rebirth of the higher deity form and formless. Right? If you only practice ethical discipline, you can be born, as a, happy human. Happy human. You cannot be take a, rebirth in the formless. In order to rebirth into form and formless, what do you need to practice? Concentration. Right? Why? Why you cannot, take a rebirth if you only practice ethical discipline? Why you cannot? Why? If you only practice ethical discipline, if you practice only the 6 precepts, why you cannot? Why the result cannot be, form and formless realms? Why? Huh? Why? Huh? Very nice. Okay. Actually, I explained many times karma again. So we have a, 3 types of karma. 3 types of, the positive karma. One is general, positive karma. For example, when you do a lot of prostration, chanting, recitation, then you can have a human life. Based on meditation, recitation, chanting, if you do a lot of meditation, then meditation go more, higher level, then you remember there's a 9 mind training. Then finally you reach to the karma body, that's special insight. When your mind, reach to the karma body level, then you have a ability to accumulate the karma, which is take a rebirth into the form and formless karma body. So I think I mix up the 2 classes, right? The advanced and the beginner. You are not no more beginner, huh? You are already in the pre-intermediate. Okay. That means the concentration result can be form and formless. What is the result of the wisdom? Liberation or omniscience? Okay, wisdom. So when you are wisdom training, then you can be liberation. You can achieve liberation or you can achieve omniscience. It's very clear, right? Liberation or omniscience. That means if you only practice emptiness or selflessness with the renunciation, then you can be liberated. you can achieve only liberation, no omniscience. When you practice emptiness, renunciation with the bodhicitta, then you can achieve omniscience as well as liberation, both. This is result, the object that they eliminates. The former teachers asserted that in relation to the object, they eliminates the affliction. Right? Affliction is the negative thoughts. The trainings are threefolds. What are they? According to whether they eliminates affliction by weakening, suppressing, irritating, right? Very important. Weakening, become weaker. Then number 2, suppressing. Number 3, eradicating. That means if you do only ethical discipline practice, that means you try to weaken your negative thoughts. For example, we should kill human being. Suddenly you remember the precept, you control. Wish to drink alcohol. Remember your vows, then again restrain. Right? That means become more, after you taking the vows, your negative thoughts become more weaker, but still there. Then top of it, when you practice mindfulness, then what happens? Suppressing, totally you push down. Suppressing, totally push down. That means, so you not just remember, killing is no good because my vows. So when you remember someone wish to kill, then you use the antidotes. You apply the antidotes, suppress the hatred. When you wish to drink alcohol, that time your desire arise, right? Arise. Your attachment arise. You remember the vows. You stop to drink alcohol. Not only that, also you do lot of meditation. Then the desire, attachment totally pushed down. That means surprising. The third one, still, your negative thought become weaker. You're able to suppress your negative thoughts. Still there, right? Still there. The last, what you need to practice? We practice wisdom. Then, through practice wisdom, what happened? Eradicating the seeds. Right? Seeds. Therefore, in order to eliminate the negative thoughts, you need to practice 3 trainings: ethical discipline, mindfulness, wisdom. Then you can eliminate, you can eradicate the seeds of the negative thoughts, seeds of the ignorance. The order here, same. First, ethical discipline. Second, must be concentration. Third, must be wisdom. You cannot practice, another way. Another way, you say another. How you can say? Reverse and another way. They say something. Other way. No. For example, ethical discipline, then wisdom, concentration. You cannot. These are not the correct order. Okay. First, ethical discipline. Try to discipline your mind. Second, do lot of mindfulness, concentration. When your mind become very concentrated, then for you very easy to realize emptiness. Then wisdom come. There's an order. The next, the nature of the 3 training. So I give for your homework, right? This one. Really? That's why I thought you already done homework, right? Okay, doesn't matter. So we stop here. Next time, when you have a short, discussion about the nature of the 3 training, Then there's 16 characteristics of the Four Noble Truths. Everybody must memorize. The 16, what are? 16 characteristics of Four Noble Truths. You must remember, you must memorize. Okay? Then, since next class, we must do meditation. Meditation, because next we start the volume 2. Volume 2, first chapter what? Bodhicitta, right? Yeah, compassion. Training the monastery about the person of the great capacity, how to develop the spiritual enlightenment. The mainly, so since next week, so we will study about the great capacity path, mainly bodhicitta. Then we go, along with the meditation. Okay, so then we will do the dedication prayers. So must remember how to dedicate the merit. We can dedicate the merit to have a, temporal happiness and ultimate happiness. The temporal happiness can be for yourself, can be your families, your relatives, can be anybody. The ultimate happiness, only Buddhahood.